Olandria, at this point, I don't have anything left, right? I don't have anything left to pour into you because, girl, Taylor told you what it is and what it ain't tonight. He was pissed that you were saved. He did not want to save you. He decided to not only couple up with Clark, but he didn't want to save you. He doesn't want you on the island anymore. Whatever happens, happens at this point. Do not continue to pursue this man because I just, girl, and to the Olandria shippers that were all up in my comments doing the most, what I tell y'all asses? Forced. What an episode, right? What's good, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Tammy. This is Tammy Talks. We are here today to talk Love Island USA Season 7, Episode 22. If you guys are brand new to the channel, please do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. If you are a returning viewer that is not yet subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Looked at my analytics. 57% of you all that are watching are not subscribed. I don't know what the problem is, okay? Hit that subscribe button. Y'all know we got a goal of 45,000 subs by the end of the season. It's audacious, but I think we can do it. So make sure you guys are subscribing to the channel, okay? And I mean, I'll be doing Beyond the Villa too, okay? So we could talk about all the season 6 drama, all that type of stuff. So make sure you guys leave your comments down below. Thumbs up the video. Let's get right into this hour and 24-minute episode. All right. So it starts off with Olandria and Nick. Okay. So she was like, my whole lip combo was gone. Like, so Nick was like, how's mine? And she was like, you got chocolate on your face. Now, even this portion of it was forced. I told y'all this was forced last night, and y'all were in the comments. One of y'all threatened me. One of y'all threatened me in the comments about Olandria. Y'all were typing in all caps at me. Y'all were putting exclamation points. Somebody told me I was wrong and they were gonna prove me right. I'll wait on my apologies in the comments down below, okay? So Olandria said that Sierra is going to freak out about this, and she will because nobody has told her yet. Now, there has not been an opportunity to, but I feel like Olandria, like kind of off rip, you, as soon as possible, you need to be telling Sierra, okay? So Olandria is saying that she doesn't trust the girls. She don't know them like that, and the boys are boys. So she just kind of has to sit on everything that's going, and it's a lot for her. So they go and like rejoin everybody, and Pepe was like, where was y'all at? Business, Pepe? Business. But Olandria was like, it's kind of cool out here. Nick takes off his shirt to like put on her shoulders, and Taylor comes over, and him and Nick do this very elaborate handshake before Taylor wraps his arms around Olandria. So Olandria is like, I don't even have no handshake with anybody. Like, that's crazy. Taylor said, maybe it's because you're not liked. Ah! Olandria, that is strike 1 in this episode. Baby, put that on a sticky. Put on a sticky. Strike 1. So, Huda and JD, okay? Huda, coulda, shoulda, and JD. So, he is in that, like, weird, like, oval space, whatever they have, that, like, secluded space. He's up in there, and Huda slithers in there, and they start talking about the challenge and no. I'm thinking of Chris. Back it up. Back it up. I'm thinking about Chris. Huda and JD are over to the side. They're talking about the challenge. They want to know why they lost their kissing, whatever. And he tells her, I can tell you like to be dominant. And Huda was like, yeah, I had to help lead. I had to lead you and help you because yeah, you didn't know what you were doing. So JD just dumb. It's like I don't like to be dominated. It came off as combative. How the fuck is a kiss combative? See what I'm talking about? JD is just dumb. How is she being now I got to defend Huda. How is Huda, coulda, shoulda being combative while kissing? Like, you stupid. You stupid so and so. So she tells him, okay, well, go find somebody submissive. And you know what? Yes, Huda. Because, like, it was the projection for me. It was the projection for me. Huda didn't even do anything. So she was like, okay, good talk. And she gets up and leaves. And he's like, that's why we lost the challenge. Shut your stupid ass. Like, back in the villa, Ace and Coco were talking, and he asks her if she's a jealous person. She was like, no, are you? And he was like, no, I'm just overprotective about what's mine. She was like, it's giving jealous. So he said that he's been through some shit and it takes him a while to trust people. So it takes him a while to open up. Coco understands, she relates. And she said that, you know what, she's kind of the same way. In Ace's confessional, he said that every single chat that he has with Coco just gets better and better and better. And that scares him a little bit because it's going to go against his plan of him and Shelly taking over the world. Okay. So Pepe said that Grayson seemed shy and timid. They vibing and stuff. They kids. He stayed with a pair of fresh Travis Scotts on. I said, I feel you. I feel you. I want the fragment lows myself. Pepe, I mean, if you got a plug, let me know. So as they get ready for bed, Taylor is doing his weird kiss thing, you know, the mwah, 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 with Clark, and Alandria walks in. You can tell that she sees, but she kind of pays them dust. And you can tell, and maybe it's just me, okay? I'm open to being wrong. Maybe it's just me, but it feels like whenever Taylor and Clark are, you know, doing whatever, and Alandria is in the vicinity, he's upset. And I feel like, truth be told, I do not think it was fair to Taylor that Alandria came back into the villa. I don't, because what is happening is he can't fully explore now because Alandria is all but blocking. You know what I mean? It's not fair to him. It's not fair to Clark. I wish they would have done this a complete different way. But I don't think it was fair that Alandria came into the villa and kind of messed up the groove over there. So it looked like Clayler. It looked like Taylor and Clark were kissing when the lights went out. They like each other. He likes her. You can tell he really likes her. He has never behaved this way with Alandria. It's not how he behaves when he's with her. So the next morning, Sierra said that she has a feeling in her stomach that really bad things are going on in the villa. Just your bestie and your boo kissing. Nothing major, Sierra. It's okay. So Taylor takes Clark and Alandria breakfast, and you can tell that it bothered Clark. You can tell it bothered her because the fuck, right? So Amaya and Zach are talking, and she mentions to him how JD brings her breakfast. And even though he's doing all of that kind of stuff, she is vibing with him, Zach K, a little bit more, and she feels safe around him. Amaya, truth be told, you should have entertained JD because Zach K does not give that he really likes you. It gives he just wants to be in the villa. He doesn't, I don't know, it doesn't give that he really likes her though. So Zach is like, I understand what JD is doing. It's cool, not a big deal. I would be doing the same thing. We're all trying to, you know, explore each other, whatever the case. But Zach K says in his confessional that he likes the pace that he and Amaya are moving at. They're going as friends first, and then they're going to work up to something a little bit more. I don't really trust it, but okay. So y'all king and queen, you know, y'all OG couple that who y'all boosted up, okay? Nick and Alandria, they're talking and they have this amazing conversation about how it feels weird to be in a couple. It doesn't feel good to them. You know what I mean? It's awkward, it's interesting. And while they like each other, we're better off as friends. I said, look at this shit here. I told y'all it was forced. I told y'all Nick did not really like Olandria like that. I think some of y'all really, really, really conflated the part that they were kissing in challenges as something more. Yes, he kissed her on the first, was it the first or second episode when they were blindfolded? Yes, he kissed her then. But if Nick truly wanted to get to know Alandria or to try to explore her or test that connection or whatever they want to call it, he would have done it prior to this. He would have done it prior to this. It was forced. The kiss was forced. Excuse me. The couple was forced. He didn't like her. It was his way to get back into the villa. It was just his way to kiss her. I'm sorry, y'all, but I saw through that right away. The way that some of y'all were crashing out in my comments about it. So I think y'all just did too much. Y'all got too excited. But I knew. I knew that this was not going to go any further, right? So they talk about how kissing outside of the challenge was the truest test for them, but they each were thinking of Taylor and Sierra while it was going on. Alandria said, yeah, the kiss was just a kiss. It was fun, but that's it. They are going to just be friends. Olandria then looks over and sees Taylor and Clark kind of cuddled up a little bit, sunbathing, and she's like, that's what I don't want to see. Girl, get used to it. Get used to it. Austin and Jaden, I really don't care about them, but she asks about his scar. He has a scar on his chest. He said it's from having open heart surgery when he was 4 months old. Jaden found out that she had diabetes. I believe she's type 1 from a sports physical, I guess back in the day. Austin likes that they are developing a friendship first. He asks her, how does she deal with having diabetes? How does she know when like her sugar is low, that type of stuff? And she was like, oh, because I'll kind of pass out. It's happened less than 5 times. Austin's dumbass said that he is not responsible with anything that he does, so he will probably be passing out all the time. I'm sorry, but Jaden, that is a red flag, girl. That's a red flag. Put that on the sticky, baby, because that's not what anybody of his age should be saying. Huda, coulda, shoulda, and Chris. This is what I meant. So Chris is up in that room with the revolving big door, and Huda comes in and she asks him how he's feeling about Shelly. And he's like, I really like Shelly, but you know what? I know what she has over at the villa with Ace is strong. So, I'm kind of conflicted. Huda was like, that's okay. You want to talk to me? You want to talk to me? Because I'll talk to you. I'm a mom, but that's okay. I'll talk to you. And she basically starts shooting her shot. They talk about family. She said that she's always been the single one of her siblings. Girl, we can tell why. We know. And then he lets her know that he does find her attractive, but he is in a weird position right now. Okay. We then get to Alandria and Clark. So Alandria comes to sit down by all the other ladies, and Clark is like, girl, can we talk? Can we have a hey, what is it? Hey, Barbara, this is Shirley. Can we talk real quick? So they do. So Clark lets her know, look, I respect you, but I also don't want to do myself a disservice. You know what I mean? By not exploring Taylor, because even though you got a connection with Taylor, I have a connection with Taylor. You know what I mean? And meanwhile, Ace and Taylor are talking over to the side, and Ace is telling Taylor that I would be scared if I was you. Taylor said it's not cool having 2 girls in the house, and I guess. So Alandria says, look, I'm not mad y'all got physical so early. You know what I'm saying? That's just not what we do. Y'all only had a couple days. Okay? Y'all only had a couple days. We had weeks. We got history because we had weeks. I mean, but if it works for you, it works for you. You know what I mean? Like you are really a true test of our connection in every possible way, girl. You're a test. You're a test. You're a test. You're a test. And the way that Alandria kept saying that was low-key a little disrespectful. Not even gonna hold you. And y'all know I root for Alandria. I like Alandria. I want her to find somebody. But the way that Alandria handled this conversation with Clark gave insecure. It gave a little bit of desperate. And it was a little disrespectful, if I'm gonna be 1,000 with y'all. Because the way that she kept saying, test, 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 it was rude. It was rude. It was Alandria trying to assert herself in a way that Taylor doesn't even see her. That was crazy, right? So in her confessional, Clark is like, I don't like being called a test because the connection is very real to her. It's very real. And the thing is, Alandria knows that that connection is real. But in Alandria's mind, in her mind, Alandria is equating the time that they have spent together that in, to her that means a stronger connection. And that's not always what it means. People can be married for 20, 30, 40 years and still break up and still divorce and still separate. So you feeling as if just because you've been talking to him for 3 weeks 3 weeks and you made him a charcuterie board. I know it's charcuterie, y'all, before somebody says something. But you made him a charcuterie board and he done, did a little dance class with you. That does not mean that the meaningful conversations and time that he has spent with Clark uninterrupted for the past 3 days doesn't compare to that. That's not like I feel like Alandria played herself, to be real. So we then see Alandria and Taylor talking, and Alandria is telling him that being in a couple with Nick has been an experience. And she tells Taylor that they kissed, but it clarified everything. Honestly speaking, y'all, I 1000% believe that her telling Taylor that she kissed Nick sealed it. I think that sealed it. Because if you're supposed to be rocking and rolling with me, and if I'm Taylor and you're supposed to be rocking and rolling with me, and you're all in with me, for you to turn around and kiss my best friend in the whole wide world, I've never had a friend like him. Oh my God, for you to do that, Alandria, what did you expect? Because one, you and Nick did not need to kiss. Y'all knew damn well that y'all weren't feeling each other like that. That should have been something that y'all took to the grave, but I feel like it would have came up in movie night anyways. But I think that was the moment right here when she tells Taylor that they kissed. That I think that was when he made up his mind. So Taylor said that he thinks he's in a good headspace. And Alandria was like, you think? Like, you need to be more confident about it. Taylor said, look, you and Clark are similar. Alandria does not want to be compared to anybody. I don't blame her. I don't blame her. So Alandria said in her confessional that it's going to take a bad bitch to take Taylor away from what they have. And yeah, I just kind of feel like Alandria, again, I rock with Alandria, but I feel like Alandria really had herself up here when it came to Taylor, and it was always very one sided. I have been saying episode after episode after episode, he was not feeling her like that. And it's not because I don't want dark women to excel. Like some of y'all say a lot of stupid shit in the comments. It wasn't because of that. It's because I have eyes and I can see what's happening. And I don't blindly ship people just because I want them to be together for my own fantasies or for my own entertainment. It was very, very abundantly and apparently clear that Taylor did not like Alandria like that. It was clear, y'all. It was clear. And I feel like Alandria in her head, because he's a cowboy from Oklahoma, she had this fantasy that he was the perfect man for her and he was doing the bare minimum. The bare minimum. He wasn't like, I guess. Maybe with age comes maturity and the wisdom to see things differently, but I guess. So each villa and casa both get a text that it is time for everyone to meet back up and it is time for a recoupling. So we get a lot of flash scenes of all the couples kind of, or all the individuals really, kind of thinking out loud about what they want to do, talking to confidants. Alandria is pulling out desperate measures. Child, she is in the photo booth taking pictures, putting lipstick prints on them, and she ends up pulling it in Taylor's clothing. So Taylor is saying that he doesn't know which way he's going to go. He doesn't know what he's going to do. And he's talking to Alandria and she is damn near begging his ass. And I said, damn it, girl, stand the fuck up. Stop it. You know that man don't want. I have never have to have. See, now I'm stuttering because I'm upset. I have never had to beg a nigga to want to talk to me. I have never had to beg a man to want to be with me. And the fact that Alandria is doing this is giving desperate. And it's given that you know You know that you are losing Taylor. And instead of you having a little bit of pride and tucking your shame in, you are choosing to be desperate. Why are you begging this weird ass nigga? It's clear he don't want you, Olandria. It is clear. It is clear. God, like I got so irritated watching this. And all he could say is, I don't know. I don't know, bro. I don't know. Like he doesn't want you. He doesn't want you. So Ace is saying that he misses Shelly, but he loves Coco because she's confident in who she is, and that's his type. So is he saying that Shelly is not confident in who she is? That was an interesting way to word things. Could be editing, could be. I'm sure that will pop up at movie night. So Huda tells Shelly that Chris expressed interest in her, and she ain't got no other options. Girl, no, you approached Chris. You approached Chris. Shelly was like, you know what? That sounds like a good idea. And that's when I was like, okay, Ace and Shelly are going back together. I know that there's like a rumor that Ace and Shelly are really a couple in real life and they came on here playing. It's very much giving Carmen and Kenzo. But I don't know. So it's time for the fire pit. Get y'all asses over there. Let's have a recoupling, okay? Ariana comes out. Her dress was really, really cute. Ariana looked really good tonight. So Ariana comes out to explain to the girls that because the girls are over there with their new Casa boys, that one boy did leave the villa. She does not say who, but she starts to bring the boys out one by one with their new couples. So Austin and Jaden came out matching. I said, child, look, look at this. So they start bringing out everybody one by one. Sierra and Shelly clock that like there's only two girls left, but Taylor, Ace, and Nick haven't come out. So now they're wondering, oh shit, which one of them got sent home? So Taylor comes out, or actually before that, Ace comes out and Sierra moves away from Elon a little bit, kind of on some, I'm not really with him. So when Taylor comes out last, Sierra and all the girls gasp because, oh my God, they think Nick is gone. She immediately starts crying, not like a weep, but the tears were coming. And she said that she had prepared herself to see him standing there with someone else, but she didn't prepare herself for him to be gone. And that's a different type of preparation, right? I guess I don't understand why the girls didn't think that if Olandria was gone, that one of the boys would be gone as well. I thought that was interesting. So Amaya starts crying loudly. And I feel like every time she gets loud like that, you can see that it turns Zach with a K off. It does. So Taylor and Ace are trying to act as if they don't know that Nick and Olandria are still there. So they trying to look down and look all pensive. And I'm like, y'all know that they there. So Ariana announces, oh shit, we got one more couple. And Olandria and Nick come walking out and everybody's happy. Oh my God. Oh my God. Everybody's happy. And the girls go running up to Olandria and Nick, Sierra bypasses them and runs up to Nick and kisses Nick. And I said, Elon, do you know you have 30 minutes? You know what's getting ready to happen. And the guys are trying to let him know that it's just because she ain't seen him in a while. No, y'all know what time it is. So Ariana has everybody stand in a heart, okay? They're on little pedestals. And the way that they're going to do this recoupling is each islander is going to write down the name of the person they want to couple with. If that particular person has written your name down as well, y'all will be a couple. If they have not, or if you write down the name of somebody that does not have your name on their little tablet, you are now single and vulnerable. And we all know with all these damn people in the house, somebody's going home tonight, okay? So first up, we have Austin. He has written down Jaden. Jaden wrote his name down. Hooray. Next, we have Amaya. So Amaya wrote down, or excuse me, JD and Zach each wrote down Amaya's name. I really thought Amaya was going to go with JD, but Amaya picked Zach with a K. Truth be told, I think Amaya should have picked JD because he seems to actually like Amaya and he allows Amaya to be herself. Anytime Amaya shows any type of emotion or gets a little loud or whatever the case, Zach is always trying to shush her or quiet her down. Zach doesn't really like her, so I hope it works out for her, but I think Amaya should have picked JD. Pepe and Grayson, cool. Andrina and Brian, cool. Cause like we ain't really seen them people. We knew they were gonna be together. So then TJ, Iris and Vanna both wrote down TJ's name, and then Zach wrote down Iris. TJ ultimately picks Iris. So now Vanna and Zach are vulnerable with JD. Ace. So Ace stands up. Coco and Shelly both wrote down Ace's name. I really thought he was gonna put down Coco, but Ace picks Shelly. And I'm thinking Coco gonna link up with JD and his teeth, at least until somebody comes in for you, girl. But whatever. So Houlda, Coulda, Shoulda and Chris wrote each other's name down. Good on them. Sierra and Nick, good. Like, I don't know why Elon even thought. I mean, I guess he had to put her name down. But Sierra and Nick link up. So then we get to the coup de grace, okay? Taylor. Both Olandria and Clark wrote down Taylor's name. And it's dramatic. And we don't quite understand, like, what is getting ready to happen. And they give their speeches. I like Olandria because this, that, and the other. They're both great girls. I like everyone, and it's a very hard decision. I mean, I'm just Urkel. I don't know what to do, okay? Next thing you know, he flips it over, and I knew it was going to be Clark, and truth be told, y'all can hate me if y'all want to, I wanted it to say Clark. Because I'm not saying I want Olandria to go home, but Olandria needed to see he doesn't like her. Olandria needed this to see Taylor does not like you. So he flips the card over and it says Clark. And everybody is shocked. Everybody is shocked. And Amaya immediately starts going off. Tay, are you serious? Tay, are you serious? What? What the fuck? So everybody is shocked. Casa and the villa. Shocked. So Olandria said, look, I'm disappointed, but I'm not surprised. I asked Taylor, what more did he need from me in a couple? I asked him. We have had so much time together. We have built a foundation. I've put in all this work with him. It hurts, but it's okay. It's okay. The entire time, Clark is smirking because she won, basically. Girl, Taylor's the prize, but she's smirking because she won, but is also on some, Olandria, what did you expect? What did you expect? Taylor said that he was put in a terrible position, but he is ultimately just following his heart. So there are now 9 couples and 6 single islanders. 1 boy and 1 girl will be saved. Coco immediately nodded like this because she knew Olandria was going to be saved. She knew there was no hope for her. So Ariana separates the villa from Casa. Okay? If you were in the villa, come on over here. If you were in Casa, come on over there. The villa, which is basically the boys, are going to vote to save a girl. Casa, which is the girls, are going to vote to save a boy because I guess they wanted it to look somewhat fair. Okay. So Ace is advocating for Coco. I said, oh, so you want your little sneaky link to be there. That's interesting. Nick is advocating for Olandria. Taylor is advocating against Olandria, talking about she took shots at me after I picked Clark and she might try to explore me again. I think she's done. I would hope Olandria's ass is done. I would hope, right? So Casa Amor said they're going to save Elon. I said, Sierra, not just saving your little boo thing. Okay. Nick didn't look the happiest. Elon done got emotional. He cried. I said, Elon, pull a little tink tink. But he got emotional. Okay. So then the villa decides to save Olandria. Truth be told, I think they should have saved Coco. I think they should have saved Coco, because if we're going to look at it from the perspective of Olandria is not going to, she's going to sit there and pout and brood the entire time until a bombshell comes in, or she is going to make it her mission to try to get back with Taylor. They should have saved Coco. Taylor looked pissed, and we all know that Olandria is not going to explore anybody else. She's not. She's not going to explore anybody else. It's going to make movie night more interesting now, because we're going to find out, we're going to see the clips of Nick and Olandria and all that type of stuff. But I want, what did y'all think about this? Truth be told, I'm happy that Taylor picked Clark, because I want Olandria to see and to realize he don't like you. You were just his default. This whole we've been together since day one bullshit doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Olandria, you have not tried to get to know anybody else because Taylor is a cowboy, and that's all you were focused on. Literally. Let me know what you guys thought about this episode. Remember, the 57% of y'all that have not yet subscribed, hit that subscribe button, y'all. We trying to get to 45,000 by the end of the season. Thumbs up the video. Leave your comments down below. Let's talk about the sinking Nick Olandria ship. Peace.